Parliament turned into a battlefield of words this week as economic freedom fighters, EFF, leader Julius Malema launched a blistering attack on President Cyril Ramaphosa, accusing him of shielding corrupt officials within the African National Congress, ANC. The dramatic exchange, filled with fiery interruptions and sharp retorts, captured the growing tension between South Africa's ruling party and opposition leaders who claim that corruption has crippled the government's credibility. Malema, known for his no-holds-barred approach to politics, stood up during the heated session and declared, "Enough with the lies, Mr. President. South Africans are tired of being deceived while thieves walk free under your watch." His words immediately sparked a wave of murmurs across the chamber as members of parliament brace for yet another stormy confrontation. The EFF leader accused Ramaphosa of turning a blind eye to rampant corruption within the ANC, claiming that the president has repeatedly talked tough about accountability while quietly protecting senior party figures implicated in corruption scandals. "You speak about renewal, Mr. President, but how do you renew rot?" Malema challenged. "You cannot clean a house while you sleep next to the dirt." Ramaphosa, visibly agitated but attempting to maintain composure, fired back. He dismissed Malema's accusations as a cheap political theatrics, insisting that his administration has taken decisive action to root out corruption through the Special Investigating Unit (SIU) and other law enforcement agencies. "I will not be lectured about integrity by someone whose own record is far from clean," Ramaphosa retorted, prompting a wave of cheers from the ANC benches. The chamber quickly descended into chaos, with MPs shouting over one another as the speaker struggled to restore order. At one point, Malema could be heard shouting, "You protect the corrupt because you owe them your presidency. You know who funds your campaigns." The implication that Ramaphosa's rise to power was backed by questionable financial dealings reignited old debates about the CR17 campaign, which has long been a source of controversy. Political analysts later described the exchange as one of the most explosive parliamentary moments of the year. "This wasn't just about policy," said political commentator Kain Lovu. "This was personal." Malema was attacking Ramaphosa's moral standing and political legitimacy, and the president was clearly rattled. Ramaphosa, however, stood his ground, reiterating that his government is committed to transparency and accountability, even when the process is slow. "We are not a government of slogans, we are a government of action," he stated firmly. "The days of impunity are numbered, and anyone regardless of position will face the law if found guilty." Malema was unmoved. He accused Ramaphosa of governing through excuses, arguing that promises of reform have yielded little progress. "You say you're fighting corruption, but the same people looting our country sit beside you in cabinet," he said. "You can't fix a system you are part of destroying." The verbal sparring continued for several minutes before the speaker called for order, warning both leaders against turning parliament into a political circus. Yet, the damage was done. The tension in the room was palpable, and the exchange has since dominated national headlines. Outside parliament, reactions were swift. Supporters of the EFF hailed Malema as a voice of the people, unafraid to confront the establishment, while ANC loyalists accused him of grandstanding for media attention. On social media, the hashtag Malema vs Ramaphosa began trending within hours, with South Africans fiercely debating who emerged victorious in the fiery confrontation. Critics argue that the spectacle highlights a deeper problem, the erosion of trust in political leadership. Many citizens feel disillusioned by endless promises of reform while corruption scandals continue to surface. "We've heard it all before," wrote one user online. "Every year it's investigations, commissions, and statements but never justice." For Ramaphosa, the exchange was yet another reminder of the fragile political ground he stands on within the ANC, where internal divisions and corruption allegations have weakened his image as a reformist. For Malema, it was a golden opportunity to position himself once again as the chief agitator, the man willing to say what others won't, even if it means ruffling feathers at the highest level of government. As Parliament reconvenes next week, all eyes will be on Ramaphosa to see whether his administration takes concrete steps to address corruption allegations or if the fiery words exchanged in Parliament will simply fade into another chapter of South Africa's political theatre. One thing is clear, the confrontation between Malema and Ramaphosa has reignited the national debate over accountability, corruption, and leadership integrity, and South Africans are demanding more than just speeches this time.